First thing we're going to do is to saute the shrimps with a little garlic and salt and pepper. But not to finish them, because they're going to finish in the risotto later. But right now, to give them a little flavor, these are like 13 to 15 count. These are a great size to use. And they're only $10 a pound at Costco. I think they're like a lot more in the fish store. Anyway, and then the stock I'm using, you look at recipes for risotto with shrimps, you know what they use? I can't believe it. Chicken broth, chicken stock, bouillon cubes. You don't use anything but some kind of seafood if you're making shrimp. And what I have is, the stock is a little dark. That's only because it's a combination of the crabs I get outside in the canal in my trap. So I got and fish bones and shrimp skins. So it's a combination of all. But if you really can't find anything, then buy clam juice. See that? That's enough. Just a little color, and the rest you can see how raw they are. The next thing is to put in the shallots. The shallots, the mushrooms, and then the risotto. Most recipes of risotto don't use heavy cream. But every time I have heavy cream laying around and I make risotto, this makes it a little better. So that was a couple of tablespoons of butter. And now we're going to put 2 more. Risotto needs a lot of butter. Just like a lot of dishes. And it tastes good. So that's 4 tablespoons. And at the end, we're going to put a drop of truffle oil. And if you can't find it, you don't want to spend the money on it, you don't put it. And now we'll throw in the risotto and let this saute a little bit. 1 cup should suffice for 2 people. But I love risotto, so I go 1 1/4. And this I'm not going to season until it's done and the shrimps are in there, because we did put a good amount of seasoning on the shrimps, but I know we're going to need more for later. And the stock, I'll measure it as I go so I can put the amount in on the right under the video in the description area. So this is one of these things where you have to stay here. You ever make a brown roux or gumbo? You can't just cook it in the oven. I thought you could, because I was trained to make a dark roux in the oven in the French kitchen. But it's entirely different. So, or a blonde roux, or mani butter, where you just melt clarified butter, mix the flour, and then thicken something with that. Anyway, let me start putting in. So I'm going to start with, I don't mind the color that it's, I thought that was going to pour without making a mess. That's not coffee, that's because of all the crab that I had in that mixture. But you're not going to have that if you use a fish stock or so. Now we stir this, and as it reduces, then you add a little bit more stock. Let that bang bang cook a little bit. I'm not gonna, it's got to come to a little boil, and I'm going to stir it. Don't mind my dog. I think he saw a couple of swans and he likes barking at them. Alright, so this is what you do. It cooks for a few minutes like this, and not till it's almost dry, but when you know you have to add more is when half of this liquid is gone, then you add some more. And this should be the last addition of stock. That makes 1 quart. This will cook down a little, and hopefully that should be the end of the mixture. I'll shut it off, and we'll leave it like this until it's almost time to eat. Then we'll add the cheese, the scallions, the heavy cream, and then taste for salt. I left it covered. It's been about an hour or so, and this is not the way you're supposed to serve it. You're supposed to cook the risotto and then serve it. But what if you don't have the time to cook it from scratch and you want to eat at a specific hour when somebody else comes home? Well, that's what you do, like this. So, now we're going to add a little more stock. We're going to add the heavy cream. Put the shrimps in. Bury them. The cheese and the scallions next time I mix it up. So we're going to cover this and let this come to a easy boil. Mix it up, taste it. Okay, it's cooking a little bit. Stir it. Loosen it up with some more stock or milk or water. And then we're going to taste it. That's enough of everything in there. Lower the flame. Cover it. In 2 minutes it's done. You can see the shrimps, they're cooked now. And they're nice. So the last two things, the scallions and the truffle oil. And now we're going to serve. I like the rice just as much as I like the shrimps. The flavors in the rice, it's so good. So, two nice big soup plates, 5 shrimps each. Gotta count them, we don't want to stiff anybody. And then just try and arrange them around like so. Back it off a little. I hope you enjoy it.